I've decided to make a brief video about how Nickelodeon fell over the years. Nickelodeon has gone through various changes over the years, some for the better, some for the worse. But as the 90s era of Nick came to an end, the next millennium had come, and so came the fall of Nickelodeon. Now, before we get into Nick Fell, let's look at where Nickelodeon was at the turn of the century. I won't get into much detail though, as this video is primarily about how Nick fell. In 1990, Nick opened Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida. This place would be home to many hit shows to come. In 91, Nickelodeon introduced its first animated shows. These shows are called Nicktoons. The first three Nicktoons were Doug, Rugrats, and The Ren and Stimpy Show. They all aired the same day, just hours apart. In 92, Nickelodeon extended its schedule on Saturday nights in a block called Saturday Night Nick, or SNICK. SNICK featured shows such as Are You Afraid of the Dark, Clarissa Explains It All, and later in the decade, All That, Kenan Kel, The Amanda Show, and The Ren and Stimpy Show. In 93, Nick aired its fourth Nicktoon, Rocko's Modern Life, which, like the three Nicktoons before it, became a success. In 94, Nickelodeon introduced The Big Help and removed You Can't Do That on television the same year, bringing way to the almighty All That. In 97, Doug and the Ren and Stimpy Show would cease production, while Rugrats returned from a 3-year hiatus. Doug would be aired by Disney for another few years. In 1999, the creator of All That produced Kenan and Kel, starring original cast members Kenan Thompson and Cal Mitchell, and The Amanda Show, which starred cast member Amanda Bynes. Also in 1999 came one of the most successful programs and downright annoying programs in Nickelodeon history, SpongeBob SquarePants. Then came the 2000s, the initial fall of Nickelodeon. In 2000, Kenan and Kel came to an end, and in 2002, The Amanda Show was canceled for unknown circumstances. In 2004, SNICK was replaced by a Team Nick block on Nickelodeon. Dan Schneider produces Drake and Josh, Nestle Classified airs, Unfabulous airs, The Brothers Garcia ends, Danny Phantom ends, Rugrats ends. In 2005, You Pick Live is canceled, and after 10 years, All That is canceled. Also, Nickelodeon Studios is closed down and all operations moved to Burbank, California, and New York. The same year, Dan Schneider produced Zoe 101. And also, this is the initial fall of SpongeBob. Quality became worse, and primarily the plot lines and the humor of the show just became flat out annoying. 2007 was a terrible year for Nick, as one of the most hated but somehow loved shows were ever aired, iCarly. Also, the channel that served classic game shows from the 90s, which is basically our gateway from the past, or gateway to the past, I should say, at this point was Nickelodeon Gas, or Nickelodeon Games and Sports for Kids, and it was shut down and replaced by the N. So basically, Noggin, present-day Nick Jr., was basically sharing broadcast space with the N, now called Team Nick. And the two channels shared it for 12 hours apiece. And when basically Nick Gas at that point was now just being aired by a computer, unmonitored. So Nickelodeon basically thought this to be a good idea to put the N as a full-time channel on the Nick Gas channel, and Nick Jr. would become its own channel 24 hours too. And Nick Gas was basically pulled off the air. In 2009, Nickelodeon changes their logo, removing the splat. In 2010, Big Time Rush and Victoria's debut. In 2012, a bunch of new shows come out. Marvin. Must I say anything else about that show? Flat out terrible. But thankfully, Victorious was canceled. iCarly came to an end. Nickelodeon plans on airing a spin-off from iCarly with Gibby, that fat kid always takes his shirt off, along with a show about Sam and Cat from iCarly and Victorious. Also planned is a Monsters vs. Alien Nicktoon series, and a series about rabid rabbits or some. Overall, Nick went from an amazing channel with a variety of shows to a channel that offered repulsive and repetitive programs. What a shame.